Got the radiator from the 1956 Packard 400 here. I have at least one leak on the front of it, and rather than getting a recore, I'm going to see if I can hopefully repair this thing. What I have here is a way to do some pressure testing on the lower outlet and the upper as well. I just bought some 1.5 inch kind of rubber hose connectors here, pipe connectors, and they come with the hose clamps pre-installed on them. A little big for the actual outlet, you can see there, but it tightens up well enough. And then 1.5 inch PVC caps. And then I had to put some electrical tape around there in order to get a better seal. But that'll get tightened up and have the radiator cap on, and I also have the drain plug in underneath on this side with it being all the way tight. And to pressurize it, I just took a little thing here for blowing up beach balls and things like that, basketballs, and just pushed it right through into the rubber. And then I'll just pump it up with a bike pump. These are supposed to run at about 12 psi max. I'm going to push it up to about 15 or so and see if it'll hold. I found a couple of areas that are leaking up along the upper tank. At least on this side looks fine, but a little spot right there and a little spot, bigger spot actually right here. This is the one that was shooting out the front of the car after it got warm. Not seeing anything on the outside of the bottom tank. Take a look at the other side and see if there's anything there too. I got it flipped over. I don't see anything on the core itself or at the upper tank. Still have a bit of a leak on that. But I got a big one down here at the outlet on the lower part of the radiator. So I'm gonna have to get in there and find that thing and get that all cleaned up. The rest of the lower tank looks okay. Looking closer at the outlet hose, it looks like it's leaking right here from this junction. You can kind of see that little split. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit and put some flux on it and see if I can get that soldered closed. And hopefully that does the trick. All right, got it all soldered up now. I've never really done this type of soldering before, so it doesn't look pretty, but hopefully the black paint will hide everything so you don't see it. Let's give it a test. Looks like I still have a couple of leaks, but much better than it was before, so I'm going to give it another go, see if I can get those ones all closed up. Third time's the charm, it looks like. I don't see any leaks now. Got it pressurized. It's still not holding because I have a couple other leaks to fix, but not seeing any bubbles out of this now. We'll go ahead and fix this small leak right here, and then we have the other big leak on the other side. And that's all that I'm seeing. Hopefully we can get these ones done. All right, so a couple things. I was trying to use a propane torch in order to heat things up and to get the soldering done, but I found out it was just too hot. So over here on this end, the leak was originally up here, but as I patched that, it kept on progressing and progressing, and eventually just kind of went all the way down. It was just too hot. So what I ended up doing is switching out to a soldering iron instead, and that seemed to work much better For example, up here, it's a lot easier to get things welded up without getting too aggressive, without getting too hot. Just better soldering all the way around. Down here, this whole tube, you can kind of see it here, has a fold over the front, and as I was soldering up one spot, it would open up in the next and just kind of march its way down. So what I ended up doing is I actually just cut it on both ends, here and here, and then took the good end, folded it over, and then soldered that closed. So not the prettiest job in the world, but I did test it, and it's not leaking at all there now. So just going to do a quick paint on the tanks and the supports. Not going to really worry about doing the the core itself. I don't really care. Might just cover up these soldering joints with a little bit of black just so they don't show. But not really supposed to be an amazing radiator. I just need something to get back in the car so I can continue driving, continue testing, and I'll probably end up replacing this one either with a good one or at some point might get this one record. But yeah, good learning experience.